senior night also, so it's kind of special.
Mamas and dads will be here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aunties and
Everybody.
little cousin.
That's the same thing. A bunch of family and friends coming up. I know I got a bunch of people coming up. Last home game, and this our last chance for the fans, most of the fans to see us as a senior class and what we brought to this organization and program. I just want to go out and just fight and just show them that even though playoffs are kind of out of the way, that we still working hard to win games.
How important is that aspect of it to you guys? Because those things are out now. That's what's there waiting for y'all. Just like what you said, Trey. How important is that? To show that even though that stuff's gone, there's still.
Because you got to think about it. We got a lot of underclassmen, and just being seniors and upperclass, you got to show younger guys that even when it's down times, you got to still fight. Because it could be easy to lay it down right now, but I know our upperclassmen and seniors, we're gonna fight and come out and practice just like we still got something to fight for.
Quite.
No, I feel the same way. Coming here, that's what I kind of wanted to get around to this program, is that, I mean, never give up, keep going hard. Because, I mean, it wasn't always like that before we got here. So, something that we want to instill and make a change around, make it better for people in the long run.
And also for the players, I know Trey, it won't be as much for you because you're newer than Quez is, but just thinking back on the time that both of y'all have been here, what's the most memorable game moment that each of you have had individually since you've been here, playing here in this state? Was there a game? Is there something you always remember? Maybe not. Was there a play, a game, a circumstance that involved you?
I mean, there's a few. One of them I wasn't a part. Well, I didn't play in the game, but we played Tennessee State here. I think my freshman year. That was a pretty big game, pretty exciting. And then also SEMO from 2010, just as far as home games go.
What was it that you remember? Did you have a particularly good stat game? Was there a good play game?
Just when we had to come back at the end, last drive, and I threw a touchdown pass to Allen at the end of the game, like 11 seconds left.
Trey, and I know you haven't had as many games as he has because you transferred in, but.
I'll say last year, EIU game, it was one of the games where I wore our black jerseys, and I think it was just a big night for us. It was a night game, and we came out and put on a show and just did what the fans wanted to see. And then another game would probably be like recently this year against Tennessee State. They was undefeated coming in and was highly ranked and stuff, and we ended up pulling the game out and just fought fourth quarter and overtime and ended up winning.
Coach, I wanted to ask you something as well. And a couple of guys said to me Saturday that they saw some things in the game against Martin that they hadn't seen before, whether it be on film and that kind of thing. And I've heard that a couple of times this year from your guys during the course of after game. Having said that, do you get a sense at all that teams in this league might have one set of one set of the way they play for you and one set of the way they play for the rest of the league?
Yeah.
There's your answer. I mean, if you don't think we don't realize that there's a circle around our names on people's schedules, these guys know. And we talk about it. Now, what even adds to that is when you got Old Week.
Right.
It didn't really affect us that much against Murray, but I think last week, I mean, early in the game, the first 5 minutes of the game, I mean, we had been schemed. Okay, good coaching, all the credit, to people. But I'll say this: when you're mature, which I hope this is growing us up, you're not surprised by that. It's the everyday what you get ready for. So you go to a game ready for the dose that they've been saving for you. And I think defensively, I think it's got on us a couple of times. I think it got on us at EKU defensively, and I think it got on us up there at UT Martin. I think there was a dose that was just for us, and I think, you know, you weather it and you do something about it. Now, I think we took a little, I mean, for them to get down the field, score the first time, whatever, but, you know, that happens. But I think we were overwhelmed. Thank goodness, you know, we proved that we can come back. It's like I told these guys at halftime. We were down 14 points, and I told them, what's the news? I mean, I said, we're on the road, we're down 14 points. So, you know, this is, we haven't played as good on the road defensively. I think offensively it has not affected us that much because of the senior part of it. But I just think that we are susceptible for environment, you know, the newness of things. We miscommunicated what's called a mini check 2 times in a row. One of them was 25 yards, another one was a 35-yard touchdown. It was just 2 plays, like a gimme touchdown, and a guy that is going to be a great player, and I won't even put his name to it. It wouldn't be hard to figure it out, but I crossed him in the parking lot this morning, and I said, are you learning anything? And yeah, I said, what you got to remember is that there's a scouting report out there on you, and everything that you get beat on, you better have a scouting report, because I'll promise you they got a scouting report. And, you know, players have to learn. I mean, we want to stay out there 6 hours. We can practice everything that happens to you every week. I mean, that could happen to you every week. Part of this is you getting ready in your own mind for your own personal plan. And, you know, some of these guys, they're getting there. There's some guys making mistakes, so they're going to be truly outstanding players here. But they're, you know, they're outside leverage when they ought to be inside leverage sometimes. They don't get a mini check because they haven't seen a 3-man surface in practice because there was no 3-man in the scouting report. Now, what all that really means, but those are the words, you know. I'm excited about the future. I'll tell you this, and I'll reflect back to what you already said. When I went to recruit this guy right here, I was going to recruit something that would change this program. Because you and I mentioned last night, at the end of the 2007 year, now we've had some low spots, that was the lowest. And I went to a school where a guy had not lost a high school game as a quarterback, or maybe, I don't know, I don't think he'd lost a high school game as a quarterback. Did he bring everything he was supposed to bring here? You damn right he did. And leave the place better off, buddy.
What's for both of you guys, and I know maybe Quez, because you see it more because you're involved in every snap against a defense, but what's it say to you guys that maybe for the reputation of the program that you have here, that teams do that? They've got what seems to be a plan that they put in for you, and then they play the way they usually play against everybody else, because that's, you know, haven't made that.
Saturday safety surprise you. They're
Well, they want
safety.
to play safe the whole game.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Right, I mean, that's what I mean, and obviously they've done that,
They
they
did
haven't done that
sometimes,
against
but not the
anybody
whole
else,
game.
they've done that against you, and they
The
only do
difference
that
is it
against
takes this guy about 2 minutes to figure it out.
Yeah, but I think they just did it just to get an extra hat in the box, because, I mean, we threw post on him early because he was coming up when that's just barely a fake, and, I mean, he was just trying to get in the run game. It's basically our strong side running game because, I mean, we've been pretty good at it this year, so, I mean.
Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess what I'm getting at is that they know that that you're the people they have to scheme for 11 weeks out of the year, whether they show it all in the other 10,
Yeah.
this is what they're gonna do,
I mean,
just for you and for you guys and for nobody else.
I think
that you're up there.
our coaches do a good job of getting us in position to make plays with what we've seen. So, and then, I mean, especially this game also, in every other game, we save, well, not really save stuff for the second half, but we made great second half adjustments because we saw what they've been trying to do to us now. And that's why it seems like sometimes we're a second half team, but it's because the first half, they sometimes do a lot of different stuff that we haven't saw before. And we're just kind of making adjustments on the fly. So, I mean, to say we have success in the first half against somebody, I mean, we're doing good making the adjustments at that time.
You want to tell us something about Austin Peay? Break him down a little bit.
Trey, have you seen anything yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Go ahead.
I just know, based off last year, they kind of run defense sort of like Chattanooga, kind of inverted in the boundary and kind of trying to put extra hat in the box on the run game. And I know last year we had a couple plays downfield that we kind of missed a couple posts and goals. So the plays downfield will be there. I feel like the running game, we're still gonna be able to pound it with Sean and Marques.
Yeah, I think, yeah, if I remember right, too, yeah, you're right. They do load it up.
Yeah, they
Up
play.
front,
They
don't
play
they?
like Chattanooga, pretty much the same defense for the most part.
You got an intellect on offense, and this bunch of seniors now. These are deep intellect.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
You got guys that a coach can look at, and it's, you know, I mean, don't have to be an explanation because they already locked in. Okay, defensively we're developing an intellect, and I'm not talking about innate intellect. I'm talking about football intellect. And you know, we've just about, you know, are ready. The point you're making, we just about go to the game knowing that, you know, we're gonna have to make some adjustments. I thought.
I mean, and that speaks to the program that you guys have here, that it's like, things may play, I don't know who's the best in that, but the Patriots, for sake of argument. People scheme for those folks. Well, you know, almost like when we were talking about you when you guys were at Clemson, you schemed all year long for Virginia so that they don't, but you better know then. And then the stuff that you did all during the rest of the year was just what you do, but there was other stuff that you were specific.
And what happens as the year goes on, and certainly we're at this, people get a book on you. I mean, did they know who DeMarcus James was to begin with? And do you have tendencies if you're good? If you don't have tendencies, you're not good because you don't do anything over and over again. Can you figure out when Marques is in the game on short yardage who's going to get the ball? Have y'all figured that out yet? So have they. So, you know, the checkers are moving all over the board here, and we got some checkers moving right now. And what we have to make sure we do is we're locked into the detail of this thing. Because this is going to be a dog fight over what's probably esteemed in it, just like the next one is probably going to be the other way, you know. Still, we got one objective. You get it down in the fourth quarter, make it a fight. And we're in our natural environment. If we haven't proved that yet, Marques, how many games have we been behind the fourth quarter since you've been here in 5 years? Half of them?
Yeah. Probably more than that.
Probably more than that.
I think it's probably been like 1 or 2 where we just pretty much knew we won it. And then one time it didn't even happen. So
yeah, one time we took everybody out of the game. So it shows you what that's worth. So, you know, where's our element? A fourth quarter fight. That's what our element is. We're like a great heavyweight boxer. He's boxing to get to the last 3 rounds. And do we try to make it that way? No. That's just sort of the way it plays. I think when you run the ball, when you try to run the ball, you may create this, but you better have the right guy playing quarterback if you're playing that kind of game, because how you remember this at Clemson. I mean, when you play that way, you sort of create this situation. You know, you play the other way, you can get the crap beat out of you. So.